Maraming salamat po sa ating ginagalang at minamahal na Mayor Benjamin Magcalog. Alam niyo, kanina ibang-iba yung mood nung tayo magsisimula. At lalo na ngayon, parang sa tingin ko po, lahat tayo ay mapapa, sana all. Sana all ng public servants katulad ni Mayor. Problema ho kasi, kung ang kumikitang kabuhayan ay ang pamahalaan ng mga nagkukunwaring naglilingkod bayan, napakalaki po ng ating suliranin. Sana ho, malinaw sa atin na sa paglaban sa katiwalian, kailangan sama-sama at hindi napapagod. Hindi ko po nakakalimutan yung quotation. To fight against corruption is to fight against undying enemies. Kaya kailangan po natin ang mga tagapagbantay ng demokrasya, tagapagbantay ng kaluluwa. Di po ba? So salamat po ng marami. Ngayon, papakinggan po naman natin ang isang author ng maraming aklat. Hindi po may isang kaibigan, kundi po aklat tungkol sa pagiging mabuting mamamayan. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker is the author of many books on good governance, not only on good governance, but good citizenship. And on a personal note, I'd like to disclose. Nung dati po, ang alam ko lang, good governance. Pero simula po nung binigyan ako ng libro ni Alex Lacson, natutunan ko po sinapuso ang pagiging mabuting mamamayan. Let's all rise and welcome Attorney Alex Lacson.
Maraming salamat, Kong Heidi Mendoza. It is a privilege to be introduced by you. Ako po yung pang-intermission ninyo. Pag nagtapon ka po ng plastic sa dagat, ano po ang tawag doon? Ang tawag daw po doon ay pollution. Eh kung ang tinapon natin sa dagat ay mga korap na politiko at political dynasties, ano naman po ang tawag doon? Inunahan niyo po ako. Ang sabi po ng yumaong Senador Miriam Defensor Santiago, ang tawag po daw doon ay solusyon. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. For my speech po ngayong umaga, I requested po the assistance of Dr. Ronald Mendoza, yung former Dean of the Ateneo School of Government, and his team at the Ateneo Policy Center, composed of, let me acknowledge them, Professor Ivy Rose Baisik, Dr. Julio Tihanki, former USEC Leon Flores III, Professor Iking Corpus, and Professor Gabriel Ann Mendoza. I requested for their latest study on political dynasties in the country up to the last elections. They sent me a PowerPoint presentation. So the first half of my talk is about their presentation, and the second part is just my explanation. Let me present it to you. May connection ba ang politika sa ekonomiya? May connection ba ang political power sa economic development at poverty ng ating bansa? According to the Ateneo Policy Center, if there is competition in the market economy, ideas and business innovations flourish, which often lead to a healthy economy. If there is competition in the political arena, there is a contest of the best ideas for policies and development strategies, which often lead to economic growth. On the other hand, if there is no competition in the market economy, there are no business innovations, and the economic growth is restricted. If there is no competition in the political arena, there is no contest of the best ideas for policies, and development strategies. Thus, the best ideas for development do not emerge. According to the Ateneo Policy Center, in the market economy, weak or the absence of competition leads to the formation of business oligarchs, often resulting in severe income inequality. In the political system, weak or the absence of competition leads to the formation of political dynasties, resulting in inequality in political power. Meron pala akong PowerPoint. Okay. Ayaw sumunod. Okay. Baka merong nagsasabotage sa atin. Ayan. Okay. So yun po. Introduction na po yun. Next. Mabagal lang siya. So ito po yung sinasabi kanina. Pag may competition sa market economy, may business innovations and ideas flourish, often leading to a healthy economy. Okay. So the Ateneo Policy Center has identified two types of political dynasties. The thin or payat na dynasty and the fat dynasty. Yung thin po, isang pamilya lang, hawak nilang posisyon, pero matagal na, pero every election, iisa lang ang tumatakbo. Halimbawa, congressman, hawak ng isang pamilya, isa lang. Yung fat dynasty po, bawat eleksyon, 2, 3, 5, 10 sabay-sabay na tumatakbo. Fat dynasty po ang tawag doon. So, according to the Ateneo Policy Center, after the 2022 elections, ito po ang lumabas. No? Focus lang po sa governor, congressional districts, and sa mayors. According to these findings, after the 2022 elections, 77.8% of the provinces in the country are controlled by the fat dynasties. Fat lang mo yan, hindi na kasama pa ang thin dynasties. Almost 78% already, hawak ng fat dynasties. Then, 73.1% of the congressional districts in the country, hawak ng fat dynasties. Hindi pa ho kasama ang thin dynasties dyan. Fat lang pa lang po yan. At 56.2% ng lahat ng cities at bayan sa bansa, hawak din ng fat dynasties. Okay, let us put real numbers to these statistics. Ito po. Ibig sabihin, of the total 82 provinces in the country, 63 provinces po are under fat dynasties. 63 provinces. Hawak po ng fat dynasties according to the findings of Ateneo Policy Center. And out of the total 255 congressional districts, 99 are under political dynasties and 186 are under fat dynasties. Yan po ang... Then sa mayors naman po, out of the 1,642 cities and municipalities in the country, 940 mayors belong to fat dynasties. Fat lang po yan. Ang ibig sabihin po, most of the congressmen, di ba 199 lang yung fat dynasties, most of the congressmen have 2 or 3 or more mayors na kamag-anak po nila doon sa distrito nila. Yan po yung latest na findings natin. And according to an earlier and another study by Dr. Ron Mendoza with his team at the time po sa Asian Institute of Management, this was their conclusion: the fatter the dynasty, the poorer the community. My friends, this present situation of political dynasties in the country, from this data, it is clear na pinaghati-hatian na ng mga political dynasties ang ating bansa. Kanya-kanya sila ng political kingdom. at pumunta ka po doon sa kingdom nila, mini dictator po sila. Mini dictator po sila. This conclusion supports the popular belief that the political dynasties are the root cause of the high rural poverty in the country. These dynasties po, they are the biggest obstacles to the development of local economies in the provinces. Kino-corner kasi nila ang mga business opportunities and economic resources sa kanilang lugar. Kaya restricted